miles. I used to drive hundreds and hundreds of miles. It was horrible. So
You used to drive miles?
yes, I used to drive as far north as Scotland, as far south as London. So
Wow. I mean, if I drive to work, it's about 25, 30. But it sucks.
it does suck. Let's talk about it.
It's all Casey and more. It's all more Casey and more.
Welcome to the podcast with me, Gary Buller, and my friend Will Tapia Marchese. Today we're going to talk about something which really grinds Will's gears. I mean, you know, me and Will communicate almost on a daily basis, and he's forever talking about driving because he hates it. So let's talk about driving to work and why it annoys you so much, Will.
And I don't hate it.
No.
But, I mean, when it's traffic and there's a lot of people out there, it gets to be, you know, I just hate slow people in the fast lane, people cutting you off. People take it too serious now. It gets personal. The lighting system in New York City is crazy. It's the only city, I believe, in America that you can't make a right turn on a stoplight. It's just a lot of things, and they want to do this traffic congestion in like the lower part of Manhattan, and they're making it harder and harder for you to drive. As it is to drive in on occasion when I do, there's traffic galore. You know, unless you go at a certain time, which is really early in the morning. It's just crazy. And I was just wondering, I used to love to drive. I still love to drive, but not when it's obviously rush hour and people are out. But how is it over where you are?
Manchester's not actually too bad in terms of the congestion. The council here and the mayor, in their infinite wisdom, have put a load of roadworks on at the same time. So there's roadworks going on all around Manchester at the same time. So I don't think it's anywhere near as bad as New York, but it's still fairly bad. And as the crow flies, it's only about 6 miles to where I work from where I live. You can probably walk it quicker than I drive it. Me and Lisa both car share in the morning because we both work in Manchester. It can be pretty horrendous. We have to drive the long way round, like out of the way to come back in again, just to avoid all the main roads because of the slight congestion there. But you're still looking between half an hour and an hour to get 6 miles. So still, I suppose it's still fairly bad.
Wait a second, half an hour and an hour just to get 6 miles?
Yes.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, we have to go well out of the way. We go right out of the, there's Manchester, there's where we live. We sort of have to go all the way around and back in again.
Oh my gosh.
Just to avoid all the the traffic and the congestion and whatnot. But yeah, I don't think it's as bad as New York. I've briefly driven in London and it was a nightmare.
Well, I know some ways to go. Like the West Side Highway is fairly quick. If I start at 7, I could get there by maybe 8:15.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty quick. Then again, school's out. So when school is out too, or if there's like a holiday or something, a major like holiday, Jewish, Catholic, Muslim, it's quick. It's pretty quick. But other than that, the wintertime is crazy. You're going to take at least an hour and a half to 2 hours. But that's for about 25 to 30 miles. But you're saying 6 miles. But that's because you drive all the way around.
Yeah, we go the long way. Yeah,
oh, wow.
Traffic and the light. Do you whack some music on? What do you tend to do to sort of pass the time?
Sometimes I'll listen just to make sure everything is, like the music levels are good and everything in our show. Or I'll listen to other shows, or I'll listen to like music. Most of the times, the news. This a station in New York called 1010 Wins, and they fairly give just the news. Not this opinion, that politic or that politic. It's just what's going on in the area. So you have an idea of what's going on that you need to know, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, I mean, sometimes I listen to some music.
Yeah. I tend to just talk to Lisa because we're both sort of sat there. She usually drives because when we get into Manchester, we park up at her place of work. She's lucky enough to have like car parking, and it's free. So she just sort of parks in there, and we just talk about what we're going to be doing during the day and what the plans are for the evening and the usual stuff. But years ago, I used to be in a job that I didn't like as much as the one I'm in now, and I used to drive all over the country, man. I've said to you before, I used to drive right up to Scotland, right down to London.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's Scotland's actually quite a nice drive. It's very quiet, the road, and there's this motorway that goes from from Carlisle, which is like the topmost part of England before you go into Scotland. From Carlisle all the way through to sort of Glasgow and that sort of way. It's like a massive motorway, but just surrounded by hills. If you've ever seen Brave or something like that, and you just see all the big green hills, and there's very steep locks and stuff like that. It's a beautiful view as you're driving up there, and there's forests and stuff. But it's one of them where the road is so empty that you're sort of trundling along, and it's only sort of when you check your speedo that you realise you're doing about 90 or 100 miles an hour. It's ridiculous. You're doing about 130 kilometres an hour. And you don't even realise you're doing it because you're on your own on the road. There's no one else there. So, but it's beautiful. But then when you go down towards London, it's just really congested, and the closer you get to the city, the harder it gets. But the worst part of driving in England is probably Birmingham, which is like halfway. Well, I'm in the north and London's in the south, and Birmingham's kind of in the middle. It's called the Midlands where it is. Driving through Birmingham's just an absolute, notoriously bad drive. It's congested, it's horrible. There's a toll road that you can pay for, which is well worth it. But even that's busy.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. But what do you viewers think, wherever you are? Tell us what you think. How is traffic by you? What grinds your gears about drivers?
Yeah,
we want to know.
We're really interested to find out why driving's so terrible. Do people in America have indicators? Because over here sometimes they don't. They indicate to turn left or whatever, and it's like
they do, but nobody uses it.
No one uses it. It's like you just change. It's refreshing to hear that it's the same in other countries, because when I learned to drive, they showed you how to use the indicators left and right. Even
when you're coming out of a spot.
Well, absolutely, yeah. And over here, the left turn's probably the equivalent of your right turn, because we drive on the left-hand side of the road.
Yeah.
So, when you're doing a right turn here, sometimes indicate, show us which way you're going.
And people get pissed when you try to go in front of them and you're not indicating. You're like, I have no idea where you're going. You're not telling me you want to come into my lane.
Yeah, exactly. So, So, see, it affects us all. So, interested to see what you think.
Yes. And we'll
see you next time. Yeah, we'll see you next time. Yeah. Do you have a nurse that comes to bed bath you? Do they come into your room with a rag and a stick and clean your crevices? Oh my god.
It's all with Mark Casey and Paul. It's all with Mark Casey and Paul.
So,
yeah.
No, you want to?
Do you want me to introduce?
Gin and juice?
Do you want me to introduce?
Oh, of course.
Introduce. So, So, welcome to the podcast with and my friend Will Tapia Marchese. Today we're going to talk about Tapia because he's got Hindered Souls on the wall in the background there. I don't know if you can actually see it. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it on the camera. That's what kind of reminded me. Today we're going to talk about something. Green hills, and there's very steep sort of locks and stuff like that. It's a beautiful view as you're driving.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But what do you viewers think wherever you are? Tell us what you think. How is it?
So, we're interested. Start again. Interested to see what you think.
Yes, and we